Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well on this Sunday, August the 17th, 2025. Happy Sunday to each of you. I'm excited about today's show. Welcome to the 112 people that have joined the room on time. You guys are awesome. Really, really, really do appreciate you. I'm going to try to ease into this morning. My job today is to live in the very moment, right this second. And that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the ego, and we're going to talk about the mind, thinking, overthinking, and being conscious. I think being conscious is different than thinking. And I think being conscious and being aware right this second is very different than my ego. My ego tends to put me into the past or the future. The ego puts me into the past or the future always. I'm either thinking about something I can achieve and accomplish, or I am thinking about something in the past that I either have regret or pride over, right? Yet when I think of this very second, I mean, I'm talking about me sitting in front of a microphone and what am I going to say next? See, I already went into ego. Instead of trusting myself, shall I use the word God? I hate using this word because I think the word's been so abused, so obliterated, discounted, diluted. It's overused, quite frankly. And that's, I get some people on, in comments from time to time, and I really do appreciate everyone's comments. Hey, why don't you use the God word? Look, it's not that I'm trying to be diminutive. Is there a word? I think I'm not using that word correctly, but I just think it's overused, and I also think it's convoluted. Everybody has their own, history with this word, and the history, sadly, has been, I think, maybe confused by humanity, the ego, the mind, the thinking. As soon as someone tells me that their deal is the only right deal, then I'm immediately out. Okay. I don't think, well, I don't think my God is that small that he's going to have one winner. Okay. I just don't believe it. So I kind of tend to use things like, hey, let's just talk about right this second, what's going on with me. I started reading a book this weekend, and it's probably what's prompted this. Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now. This book was written, I think 1997. It's not an old book. And been very impressed with it. Actually, I've never read this book before. I have a bunch of books all around my house, and sometimes I just walk around and go, "Hey, I'm gonna pick up a book that speaks to me." If you've never done this, you want to try something really freaky. Now, I read a lot, and I trust this because I've used it so many times. But if you ask the universe, just try this one day. Hey, try it today. Ask the universe, hey, lead me to a message in a book, or guide me. I am guided. See, this is the way I do affirmations. I am guided to knowledge. I am guided to a book. I will literally open a book and go, no, let's just see. Right here. Okay, it says, what was left what was left then was my true nature as the ever-present I am, consciousness in its pure state prior to identification with form. Later, I also learned to go into the inner timelessness and deathless realm that I had originally perceived as a void and remain fully conscious. Now, this is really heavy. I probably picked the wrong line. This isn't a good example. But you might be surprised. You might be surprised if you pick up a book, flip through it, just go to wherever it takes you. And in fairness, the last time I did it, I just picked up a marked comment. So you spoke earlier about the importance of having deep roots within or inhabiting the body. Can you explain what you meant? The body can become a point of access into the realm of being. Let's go into that more deeply. Okay, this is getting a little heavy. This is a really interesting book. It is heavy. But it's very, very, very cool. And it's got me thinking, funny, that I've been thinking a lot about now. N-O-W. Now, I would like you to write down the word now, right now. Write that word down. Hey, if you guys are watching this, if you're driving, of course, don't write. But if you're watching this, if you're sitting around with your family, if you're hanging out by yourself, get a book, get a pencil or pen or crayon or and do some writing. While we go through this, I don't know, 40-second Sunday with Gary doing I Am. And the purpose of I Am is to discover who I am. This is pretty simple, okay? My job is to figure out who the heck I am. Not what my title is, not what my marital status is, not what I do for a living. And so I would like you to put now down on one side of a piece of paper, and then I'd like you to put your title, who you identify yourself with or as. I'll tell you a little story, if I may. Well, we have 750 people in here. I'm really proud of everybody that shows up here every week, okay? A1, James Smith, Raquel, Elizabeth, Granny's Garden. Somebody's from Japan's here. Hopefully that's Bonnie. I can't read Japanese, sorry. But welcome from Japan. Granny's Gardens here. Line Trash, Dr. Mark Kramer. You guys are freaking awesome. David Kiefer, who I thought I knocked off, copied a really cool meme from. Didn't mean to rip you off there, buddy. Thoreau's in the house. Iowa Bitcoin. Mel M. Dana Howe's in the house. Good to see you, Dana. Aries is here. Zach's here. Kotoshi, you really got to change that name. I love you. Rachel's driving, but she's listening. Thank you so much, Rachel. You're always so awesome. Who else is here? Wind Pump. You guys are really great. Zach, Fair Parenting Podcast, Iowa Bitcoin Reserve. By the way, I am not Grant. I'm Gary. Get it right, man. Get it right. Hey, one of the ways to improve your intelligence is to notice differences and similarities. Differences and similarities, okay? There is a lot of differences in human beings. If we begin to notice the differences and the similarities, okay? It's not, I just can't just look at you and go, oh, wow, you're young, so I don't like you. You're not worth anything. No, similarities and the differences, okay? You can goals in a room, okay? I know that I am not you can goal. I know that I'm not Prince Hashima of Carthage, okay? I am me, and he is he. And notice that he is not his title. He is not married. Okay. He is not the CEO. He's not the slave. He is himself. Man. Please. Okay. So we're going to talk about now in titles and who you identify yourself with, and then the ego. And I think the ego, I'm going to build the case that I am not my title. In fact, when I'm into titles, when I'm into goals, success, when I'm into pleasing you, when I'm into having myself pleased, I am into total ego, in my opinion. I have lost. It doesn't mean I'm not productive, okay? Look, I believe in being productive. But at some point, when a grown man has built 4 or 5 companies, has enough money that he doesn't have to work, and that the ego that I cannot be comfortable in my own skin 3/4 of the way through my life, really comfortable. I mean, like, comfortable with I am. Like, why can't I just go, I am fine, dude. I am not in doubt. It's because I'm in the future or the past. I'm locked into some kind of. I want you to ask yourself a question. I'd like you to write this question down. And the question is this: when was the last time, please write this down, okay? When was the last time I want you to put a gap in there, my space was perfectly quiet for 3 minutes? Okay. When was the last time my mind, that's the thing that you put in your space, my mind was perfectly quiet for 3 minutes? Go ahead, write that down, okay? When was the last time you were quiet for 3 minutes, meaning you did not think about anything other than the moment? In fact, you're not even thinking about it. You're observing the now. Can you observe the now? Okay. What I'm going to ask you to do is actually step outside yourself for a second and observe what you're doing. Don't feel it. Don't feel it. Try to notice your response to this simple exercise. When was the last time? First off, just asking you to write something down. How do you respond to that? See, I look at myself and go, why do I respond to someone giving me a command like that? And then I go, I immediately judge whether I'm going to do it or not. Instead of just, hey, I'm in the now. I'm gonna play this game with Gary. Okay. So when was the last time my mind was perfectly quiet and calm for 3 minutes? if I went quiet here for 30 seconds, it would make everyone really uncomfortable. It would. It would make everyone fairly uncomfortable, including me. See, I would immediately go in, I can't just be here. I can't just look in the camera. What if I do that? Will people get so anxious? We talk about like enlightenment and waking up and being. I am. What am I? What are we doing here, man? I am Gary. I am me. I am not what I do. I'm not what I think. I am not my doubts. I am not my fears. Those are constructs that I am. Look, I'm a really awesome survivor. I am an awesome survivor. The question is, and I think human beings are really well equipped for survival at the expense of others often. But what do I have to fear right this second? What do I need for survival right now? Nothing. I have everything I possibly could have. Yet when I started to do this, when I actually had the courage to listen to a message in October of last year going, hey, you need to go start a church, son. Now, what did I do? I immediately went, church. That's the title alone, like, freaked me out. I don't want to be a head of a church, dude. No, sorry, Bobby Rooney. I'm not perfect. I don't want to play this role. I don't want to have to be perfect. I don't want to have to live up to our standard, actually. I want to be lazy. If I stick myself in front of a camera and a microphone and start talking about living, being me, being I am, creating, why am I doing the art? I'm doing the art. Somebody sent me a note the other day, said, dude, you're actually getting better. And yeah, no shit, I'm getting better. All I'm doing is proving that if you do something over and over and over and over and over again, and you actually tell people what you're doing, and this is my trick to my ego. See, my trick to the ego is to ensure that it's locked in. See, I have to get locked in. If I don't get locked in, I'm all over the place. And by locked in, I mean really deeply committed. And that's why I communicate so much about it. I see all these really smart people and spiritual speakers, and they go, hey, don't ever share your inner dreams with someone else. Notice I am not sharing these I ams with a human. I am sharing it with a large group of people. I'm not waiting for you to judge my I am. See, that's the cool thing about the I am. No one can judge it. It is unjudgeable. The only person that's going to judge the I am is you. Okay. And notice what happens. It's going to happen to you also. As soon as I thought about doing the church, I immediately thought, oh, what's this going to cost me? Now I noticed that. Whoa, what's that going to cost me? Ooh, people are not going to like that. The non-religious people are going to hate you. The religious people are going to hate you. I mean, dude, I was flooded. My mind, whatever this mind is, I'm not convinced my brain is actually the calculator. I think I am the calculator, and my mind's flipping through a bunch of shit. My body's got all these emotions in it. And as soon as I hit emotions, and this was the thing that was really fascinating in this book that Eckhart Tolle wrote, and it was about, hey, when you feel emotions, how did he speak to that actually? found that really, really fascinating, and I'd never heard it this way. Yeah. See, this is interesting, right? Well, I don't want to start there yet, actually. Okay, see, this is fascinating, right? Because he's talking about the mind. The good news is that you can free yourself from your mind. This is the only true liberation. You can take the first step right now. Start listening to your voice in your head as often as you can. This is really cool. Now you might actually start to think you're a little crazy when you realize how often you talk to yourself. Do you guys know how often you talk to yourself? Like once you become aware of it, you will, like, I have a real communication going on with myself all the time. Who are these people talking to me? Or who are the characters that I embrace or embody that are communicating to me? It must be part of there must be a part of me that's trying to do one thing. And then there's another part of me that's really spiritual over here that goes, hey, I don't need all that stuff. Like, what do I need right now? I need nothing, man. I need a little light. Okay, so I can read this thing. And I need some power. And I have all that. Now, anything else is I'm worried about what you think of me. I'm going to be worried. How many of you guys out there, you get 100 beautiful comments and then one ding dong ruins your day? Ego, ego, ego. I started defending and fighting myself against people saying things. Ego, ego, ego. I'm no longer in the now. I'm not in the now. Now, right now, dude, I couldn't be more in the now. And as soon as I say that, as soon as I said that, something in this side of my head went, don't be so arrogant, dude. You can always improve. You see how much self-talk there is? I am not the only one that has this self-talk, okay? There's no chance there's not a person in this room that doesn't do this. And you're either holding I either hold the communication in my body or I'm holding it in this mental construct. Wherever this mental construct actually occurs, these votes, it's like there's a crowd in the back. We're doing we have a jury going on, and there's an audience watching the juror, and they, from time to time they get out of control and they have a voice in the courtroom. And I listen to these people or these messages. I listen to them, man. Seriously. Okay, you want to get screwed up? Listen to all this. I am a good person. I am honest. And then, dude, you can't make any money being honest. And nobody wants to hear you being honest. If you tell people that you're honest, you're a liar. If you tell people to trust you, they're going to not trust you. Like it's endless, okay? It is absolutely endless, the amount of communication that I have going on inside of me that is not voluntary. It is reactionary. And it's reactionary designed to protect me, okay? Every time my ego shows up, guess what else shows up? An emotion. Every time. Every time my ego shows up, an emotion shows up, and I'm just going to list the emotions that tend to put me in a position where I feel like I need to be seen, heard, listened to, or acknowledged. I immediately go into fear. Oh, wow, they're saying something that threatens my viewpoint, so I need to make a counter viewpoint to make them wrong. Shame. They say something that I'm doing that I'm ashamed of, but I need to fight it and I can't confront it. And every time I will have these emotions in my body, okay? They will be in my proximity. By body, I mean my frame of influence, because I personally can have feelings way, way, way out here. In fact, I could probably have feelings further than that. Like if I am really, really aware of what's happening, like I am very sensitive in a really cool way. Okay. Like it is a superpower, but it is not emotion. It's a vibration. It's something different. The emotions I'm talking about tend to be reactionary to some stimuli or personality or entity or something I respond to in some way that creates this vibration or energy inside of me that makes me almost go into reflex, automatic reflex, almost like a survival mechanism. And now, what do I do? Look, you're going to do this. You have been doing this for like forever because your mind is my mind. Well, let me ask the question again because we've probably all forgotten it. When was the last time my mind was perfectly quiet for 3 minutes? Anyone out there that can tell me how to accomplish a 3-minute perfect quiet mind where I am sitting as if I am bliss, a beautiful 3-pound trout sitting in a beautiful river stream, only in the moment, only in the moment, experiencing the very moment. It's so rare for me to do this. You know what else is rare? What else is rare is I have never, until recently and sporadically, had this as a goal. Gosh, I've never had it as a goal to be at peace with self, at peace with self. You know what I have had goals of? I have had goals to make a lot of money. I have had goals to be special. I have had goals to be impactful. I have had goals. Every I am in some way has some ego attached to it. Especially the ones that I am a billionaire. I don't really do those. Okay. I don't care about that. I care about being a decent person. Um, I am prosperous. Like, I think that's really a positive. Why wouldn't I be prosperous? I'm a human being equipped with so many gifts and capabilities. I can read, I can learn, I can study. I am capable. See, there's not massive ego plugged into that. I am quiet. I don't ever write down I am quiet. I have never wanted to be I am quiet. It's scary. I am at peace. I am quiet. I mean, literally, I have a hard time writing that down. I'm scared that could happen to me. I can imagine there's some people in the audience right now going, dude, this guy's crazy. Okay. I need to hold on to my energy. I need to hold on to my goals. I need to hold on to my motivation. If I don't have things to drive me, I won't be successful. Really? Well, how's that working for you? Because I know who you are. I have lived this life. And I'm pretty sure you're not quiet. In fact, I'm going to say something that's probably going to really piss some people off. But I don't think there's a person in the audience that's not addicted, full on addicted. Addicted, what does that mean? You have you are not capable of stopping. Is that a fair definition of addiction? You are not capable of stopping, even if you want to. Pretty best definition for me. Stop thinking right now. Stop thinking right now. When was the last time my mind was perfectly quiet for 3 minutes? Try to stop thinking. Ain't gonna happen because you have been thinking and thinking and rethinking, observing your universe around you, observing the people around you, observing what gets cookies and hugs and warm milk, accolades, attention, appreciation, whatever turns you on. You become a girl and you got to be compete for beauty. You're a guy, you got to compete for muscle. Going to the gym, taking pictures of yourself. You know, I was going to say something about women. I've just noticed on some of these social media sites that how often women use their looks to get attention. It's really like I never really noticed it until I saw it on Spaces, how often. And I got to tell you guys, it's not a good look, man. You have value, okay? You have value beyond your looks. Now, I love looking at see some beautiful girl with some quote. It's awesome, okay? But like, uh, one of the reasons I didn't want to do this is I said I will refuse to wear makeup and start smashing my body with collagen and Botox and skin treatments and white redo my teeth. Look, it's the content, dude. It's not what you look like, okay? But I have never been fully at peace, okay? I am finding myself I went and sat out on my wharf the other day, and, in order for me to actually stop thinking, I have to do certain things. I have to, like, do certain things that trigger me. I notice if I walk out there without a telephone. By the way, guys, put your phone away for 1 hour today and see how you feel. If you can't put your phone away for 1 hour and not start thinking, "Hey, what's going on in the world?" Like that's a problem. Okay, I'm not trying to like label your problems, but like I have a problem, dude. Like when did this phone become so important? Okay, so I need to leave that fucking thing off to the edge. It is not me. Okay, I am me. I ain't this phone. This thing is just a piece of equipment. It's a piece of equipment. It's not your soul. Every time I look at a picture of myself and I go, wow, dude, I'm starting to look old. Ego, this is what I look like, man. It ain't going to change. Why do I care? Why do I compare? Okay. Think. The thinking is almost, in my opinion, and look, I'm a big believer in thinking. I'm a big believer in having a good mind and using it. I'm a big believer in planning things out, strategizing, reading, studying, learning. But you'd think 3/4 of your way through your life, you'd be like, hey, man, when's the peace show up? The most peaceful I have been in my entire life has been doing these Sunday mornings with you guys. Is that amazing or what? Is it amazing? It's amazing to me. I've done some really crazy shit, man. And it is stunning to me that this is the one most challenging thing I've ever done. And two, the most spectacular thing I've ever done. Because the truth is, I'm not even doing it. I am literally showing up here and writing. This was blank, man, when I started, okay? This was blank. You should have a notepad, a book, right on your mirror. Okay, I don't care where you write it. Write somewhere, write stuff down about who you are. This is the greatest adventure you will ever take. It is endless. The treasure is immense. And no one does this, okay? This is the road less traveled, folks. I guarantee you it's the road less traveled. How do I get into the now? Because this tomorrow, the next 3 minutes, 11:10 may not show up. I got 3 minutes, man. I got 11:07. It's 11:07 right now. Now I can live in 11:07 or I can go live in 11:18. How stupid is that? How dumb? See, when I was thinking about what I was going to do this morning, I was reading, man, making all these notes. I knew I was making the notes for the wrong reason, but I'm making all these notes. I'm tabbing things. Watch, don't analyze. Just watch. Okay, by that I mean watch your thoughts. Move outside yourself. I'm like, shit, man, I got to get ready. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to read out of this book. Reading out of the book, people will like this. Don't really know what I'm talking about today. I read 4 chapters, blown freaking away, going, God dang, dude, I'm never in the now. Now, I know this book was sent to me. If I can just open my mind, open my attention units, open my attention and observation skills to something other than constant calculation. Well, if I do this, then I can do that, and then I can do this, and then I can do that. And then when I've got enough Bitcoin, I can do this and that. And dude, I'm never actually living. Like I've lived my whole life trying to get wealthy. Guess what? I'm wealthy. But there are a lot of things I didn't do. There are a lot of things I have not done, man. There are a lot of things. I have a lot of money, and there's a lot of things I haven't done. I don't know why. I guess I was off busy doing something. To do what? Do you guys care? Do you care if my net worth is 300 million, 3 billion, or 3 million, or 30,000? Now, quite frankly, I think that it has to be something over 30,000. Otherwise, I shouldn't even be here. But me having money does not validate me or give me the right to be here. Zero. The only thing that gives me the right to be here is one, I turned the damn thing on. I didn't think about it too much. I did not think. By the way, although I do believe in thinking, managing, planning, and organizing, strategizing, my greatest achievements in my whole life have been made from not thinking at all. It has been made from following a knowing, and it never happens in my mind. I really need to figure out, hey, the mind, where is the mind? Hey, I think it's everywhere. but not one time, and I could go through them, but it'd just be me telling my story. But I've had 5 of these. Sorry for tearing up, but it's really impactful. By the way, you men, if you think that it's a shame or stupid that you would tear up and have an emotion when you have an acknowledgement of a truth, uh, look, if anybody thinks it's a shame for me to do that, I don't really care. I have learned to become really alive and aware and not nearly as alive and aware of now and me in the moment, but like I am trying, okay? And for me to get emotional, and by the way, that emotion is not reactionary. That emotion is God. Well, it is reactionary, but I'm sitting here going, dude, all the great things that I have really enjoyed, and there's probably 7 things that, and they're not all business. I'm just not going to go into all of them. We'll be bored. You'll be bored. I'll be all excited about my story, which, by the way, I get bored with. I get bored with other people telling me their story. You know what I'm saying? Your story is really important to you, but may not be as important to me. See, and that's the other thing I know. Oh, wow, I'm not living in the now because I can't even listen to this person. I can't listen to this person telling me how cool they are. They've accomplished something because I'm worried about my own damn accomplishments. You see, that's not me being a cool guy. Everyone wants to share what they do with another human being, I think. Perhaps I should be okay with just creating and not getting any accolades or any attention or this has really hit me actually doing the art because more and more now I'm throwing art up on social media going, "Hey, I think I finished this." One of my thinkings, one of my is, "Hey man, you're bragging. People are gonna think you're bragging. People are gonna be, 'Hey, look at me.' They're gonna think you're doing, 'Look at me, look at me, look at me.'" It's not easy for me to put these paintings up. Actually, it's not easy at all. I think most of them are horrible. What is important, however, is that when I started showing the art, I came out of the closet, so to speak. I have never read a book on art, and I'm not going to. And the reason I'm not going to is I am attempting to prove that if someone does something for enough hours, intense enough hours, you do not need to read a book. You need to do. Taken me 10 years to drag my ass into a paint room and paint. And now I'm able to do a couple hours a day, 3 hours, 3 hours a day. I used to not be able to go into that painting room for days at a time. Weeks, I would go a week. I couldn't walk 100 feet to go in the room. It scared the shit out of me, terrified me. I would sit here on X. I would watch news. I would do anything but go in the room. And I'm like, dude, you need to go in the room. Why do I need to go in the room? I need to practice in the now doing something I have not done. Now, one of the cool things that I find, this book didn't say it, but let me tell you something. The reason I asked you, listen, the other thing, I get a few comments. People go, "Hey, you need to focus. Your church needs more of a pastor that can be organized in his thoughts." That's probably true, but it's just not going to be the way I'm going to do it. I need to free flow on this thing, okay? And the free flowing is not. I'm not doing this, okay? Like it's literally, I don't think I'm actually doing this. I am the paintbrush, okay? I just keep saying that over and over. I'm going to be the paintbrush, and I'm going to be the paintbrush, and I'm going to be the paintbrush, and I'm not going to worry about what's on the canvas. I'm just the paintbrush. And I wish someone would have told me this a long time ago. because it's amazing if I just go and do and don't think, I get a lot more done. If I don't worry about what you're gonna think of me, I get a lot more done. This is why I think I probably am gonna spend the rest of my life alone. I hate to make that kind of I don't want to make that I don't want to make that, allotment. I would like to hang out with somebody, have somebody that I could share stuff with, or doing a piece of art. "Hey, honey, look at this piece of art," or but, the truth is, man, I already live with somebody else. I got this gangster all on my I got this gangster in my mind hanging out with me constantly, talking to me. I mean, fucking me up, man. Making me think too much, making me something you want me to be, but not what I want to be. See, that's the problem with society is everybody wants you to be kind of like because I'm going to be threatening to other people. Okay, I'm going to trigger people if I'm me. I mean, I will lose people. People will be like, "I'm out, dude. I'm not doing this." Ego, my ego. The more I look at my ego, and the ego for me is I want to be seen. I need to be good. I need to win. The world's a competition. I'm not good enough. I need to be prettier. I need more money. I need more friends. I need more acknowledgments. Need more likes. Need more friends. Need more followers. I don't like you. As soon as I don't like you, dude, my ego's all over this thing. And as soon as my ego's in it, I am no longer in now. I am in the future, dude. I am in the future or the past. If I start thinking about what I'm going to do next Sunday in this room, today, today's church event is going to be a piece of poo-poo. Does everybody agree? If I start thinking about what I'm going to do in 3 hours, you're going to know it. Are you going to know it? Do you guys know that I'm really present here? Can you feel that I'm present? Because I think you can. I want to read a couple little quotes in this book. Why does the mind habitually deny or resist the now? Habitually, addictively, habitually deny or resist the now because it cannot function and remain in control without time. It's awesome, dude. The mind cannot actually act without time being involved. It wants to stay in control without time, which is past and future, so it perceives the timeless. It perceives the timeless. Now it's threatening time and mind are in fact inseparable. Threatening time and mind are inseparable. The greater part of human pain is unnecessary. It is self-created as long as the unobserved mind runs your life. The greater part of human pain is unnecessary. It is self-created as long as the unobserved mind runs your life. There's me. This is me. And then there's this unobserved mind. I want you to observe the way that speaks to you. Call it whatever you want. Give it a name. Call it ego. Call it James. Call it Jenny. I don't really care what you call it. Call it the guy that's trying to protect you. That's all this is, okay? The ego sets up to protect you. The mind always seeks to deny the now and to escape from it. Wow, dude. The mind. Just think of yourself as a computer, okay? Think of that mind as a computer. It says the mind always seeks to deny the now and to escape from it. In other words, the more you are identified with the mind, with your mind, the more you suffer. Or you may put it like this: the more you are able to honor and accept the now, the more you are free of pain and suffering and free of egoic mind. When I'm in the very moment, man, there is nothing. That the painting has been really awesome for me because when I'm painting a black line, I'm not thinking about anything else, man. I'm thinking about painting that black line. Now that's interesting, right? It's not a high production effort. It is not a high production effort to make a painting. Look, these are lines, man. They're just lines, okay? Well, wake the hell up, please, okay? I'm proud of this. I keep this on my computer. It's right here. It's cool, dude. Doesn't hurt anything. My ego can get into it and go, wow, that's just stupid. Well, you know what? Whatever, man. I didn't do this when I was a kid. I mean, is it the end of the world? Uh, is it the end of the world that I made 40 or 50 of these things? It shows me that I'm able to just get in the moment, man. Draw something. I was with my kid the other day. I went to an art museum, and they had a Van Gogh museum in Tampa. By the way, if you've never been to the immersion thing it's in Tampa. It's on Dale Mabry. It's immersion museum on Van Gogh. It is spectacular. I've been to the one in Amsterdam. I like this more. It's not all the originals, but it's a whole VR and really cool way to see art. When I am painting, I'm not thinking about anything else. I'm just in there, dude. In fact, the painting has taught me a lot. It's taught me how, like, colors don't mess with each other. They don't really. If I have good intentions, the colors all kind of do what they need to do. When I smash them up there, they don't judge each other, but I judge them. I judge how they were put together. It's not the damn colors. It's the way I put them up. Do I like them? Do I not like them? And the truth is, the art is really not about whether you like it or not, or whether. Somebody complained to me the other day. They're like, dude, I tried to buy a piece of art from Gary, and he wouldn't even sell it to me at a reasonable price. Well, who said that I wanted to sell my art? I never made my art for sale. My one of my family members said, you should sell your art. Why? Why should I sell it? Why do I need to rush to go sell my art? The only people that sell their art are people that have to sell their art. I'm not making my living doing art. The cool thing is it's not a business, and that it's probably going to be awesome because it's not a business, because I'm actually doing something for a bigger reason, which is, I think I can actually do this. I think I am a awesome God-like entity, and I'm going to prove it to myself and to the rest of the world. In fact, I have so much faith in this 10,000 hour rule. Notice it's not a God rule. It's a faith rule. I have faith that I will be awesome if I put the time and energy into it. And the time is the thing, the doingness. It's not thinking about doing it. It's not studying it. Okay? It is not studying it. It is doing. I've literally never read a book, refused to read anything about art. The only thing I'll do is watch somebody else paint. If people give me color wheels, I won't read them. I should read them, but I don't want to, because I want to be able to tell people one day. All I have to do is make one great painting. I've already done that. In my opinion, I've already made one great painting. One painting that I like enough to say, "Hey, that's." As soon as I started putting up paintings on my walls, I'm like, I'm getting there. Why am I saying this? Why did a guy like me choose to go do art? Which, by the way, I'd rather go do art than go to a business meeting and a flash. I cannot believe I'm saying this. I would rather go paint that thing that I just showed you than go to a business meeting. You know why? Tell you something. This is gonna be really, really funny. I cannot even believe I'm saying this. Okay. Tell you why. See this? See this? This was harder for me to create than buying a company. Uh, this harder. This harder. Okay. Like I've never done any of this. Okay. I've never ever done. I don't care if you don't like it, man. Okay. I've never ever done any of this. I don't know how to do it. I've never had that on my hand. I like this stuff getting on my hands. Who cares, right? Now, ego, time, my emotions, when my emotions start flying all over the place, highly reactionary, I need to step out of myself and I need to look at why is he reacting this way? Why is Gary responding this way? What is happening for him? And I guarantee you it will be my ego. What I have to do first, when I was 38 years old, I think I remember telling you guys this story when I was 7 and I sat in a church pew and I heard a priest say it's easier for a camel to get through the eye of a needle than it is for a rich man to get into the gates of heaven. When I was 6 or 7 years old, I heard a priest say that and it shocked me. It hit me uh, like a thunderbolt. And I realized, oh, wow, this is going to be my life challenge. I know this sounds stupid, right? But literally 6, 7-year-old kid, I'm like, whoa, 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 I'm going to have to deal with that. I mean, really, I literally said, oh, I'm going to have to deal with that. I am dealing with it. I'm dealing with it right now. I am going to deal with this in this lifetime where the right thing to do is the right thing to do, irregardless of what it costs. The right thing to do is the right thing to do. And the right thing for me to do is to identify the truth with how much I have lived for titles, money, reputation, credibility, acknowledgement. He's a senior vice president. He's a junior vice president. He's a CEO. He's a CEO of a company. He's a president. He's this. He owns this. He bought this. He did this. Blah, 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 blah. 45 years of noise. First time in my life, I don't have a title, man. It's awesome. I am Gary Thomas Cardone. It's got to be enough. It's got to be enough. I am not my title. As soon as I remove the titles, I started improving. I started becoming lighter and more in the now. I'm very sensitive now. How often do you walk up to a stranger and meet someone and within seconds go, "What do you do?" You know, the real thing, the question I want the next person to ask me, the fairy, the wonderful connected human being, tell me who you are. Who are you? Nobody ever asks that. Well, Bob, tell me who are you? Not what you do, dude. Who are you? I have to learn how to reconfigure my mind because it thinks automatically. It thinks like a computer that never stops. In fact, you're not in control of your mind. I mean, think about it that way. My God, I have this entity running my life. You're not in control. Most people are not in control of what you're thinking. Do you get what I'm saying here? I know I'm being all nice and peaceful and quiet here, but you're not in control of your thoughts. If you cannot calm your mind for 3 minutes, you can't calm your mind for 30 seconds. 30 seconds, man. Try it. I mean, I can go get a cup of coffee if you guys want to try it for 30 seconds. Calm your mind for 30 seconds. I find it near impossible. That's 10 seconds, man. See, this is really hard. And it's probably not going to happen in a room with 3 or 4,000 people. Now, what do I do when I get all jacked up and messed up? I have to go back to I am at peace right now. Right now, I am in now. All I got to do is trick myself, okay? Trick myself. I am in now. It's not a trick, it's honest. The now is all that's present. Tomorrow, 1 second from now is not going to happen. And whatever happened just now, it's gone. Okay? It's gone. Not in control of every thought I have? Wow. I have some work to do. Can we all agree if we cannot control our mind, we have some work to do? That's cool. Okay, now we know. Now, as soon as I go, wow, these titles, I'm a mother, I'm a father, I'm this, I'm that. Maybe you are, but right now, you're Aries, Kotoshi, Mark Kramer, Gary Cardone. That's all you are now. Like you're like, oh wow, am I a title? Am I ego? My emotions? When you get upset, can you step out of yourself and go, what is he doing right now? Why is he behaving this way? Why am I getting angry, argumentative? I must be protecting something. And I'm going to tell you that you're going to find it's your ego that you're protecting. The ego that doesn't want you to be in the now, the moment. If you think I'm crazy, just ask yourself, when was the last time you could quiet your mind on command for 30 seconds? So how do we start playing with this? We start communicating with this other code, this other programming, okay? The good news is you can free yourself from your mind. This is the only true liberation. Wow. The only true liberation is freeing yourself from self. You can take the first step right now. Start listening to the voice in your head as often as you can. Initially, this is going to be really scary, right? You're going to be stunned at how often you talk to yourself. And by the way, you're going to be stunned at how often you talk to yourself when you're communicating with someone else, which means you're not even present with the other person. Pay particular attention to any repetitive thought. patterns, those old gramophone records that have been playing in your heads for perhaps many years. This is what I mean by watching the thinker. Power. Now, watching the thinker, okay, which is another way of saying listen to the voice in your head, be there as the witnessing of the presence, okay? The presence of something that you're not totally in control of, a automatic or an automaticity, a reactive automated reflex, an automated reflex. That's probably the right automated emotional reflex that just blows into your mind. You do think, overthink, think. When you listen to that voice, listen to it impartially. Don't judge it, okay? Do not judge or condemn what you hear, for doing so could mean that the same voices come in again through the back door. You'll soon realize there is the voice, and here I am listening to it. So there's a voice, and there's you listening to the voice. I am listening to it, watching it. That is the voice, but I am. I do not have to have another voice I don't controlling my life. Watch the thinker. Okay, watch him very closely. We watch, don't analyze. Okay, like your job is not to judge this thing. Your job is to watch it. Is to thank you, Mike. That's very kind of everybody. Mike Mack said that we're doing good this morning. Always good to have you in the room, Mike. The philosopher Descartes believed that he had found the most fundamental truth when he made his famous statement, "I think, therefore I am." He had, in fact, given expression to the most basic error. Not all our philosophers were right, guys. I mean, you don't have to believe everything you read. The compulsive thinker, excuse me, let me go back. He had, in fact, given expression to the most basic error to equate thinking with being. I think, therefore I am. I never believed that. I'm like, no, I am, dude. I am. I am aware that I am. I am aware of me. That is all I am. I don't need to think. I am aware of me. I'm not thinking of me. I am aware of my presence, my consciousness, my beingness. I am not interested in knowing you as a doer. I'm not interested in you knowing you as a teacher. Okay, a thing, a wife, a baby maker, a judge. I am Gary. I am above a title. I am above a job, a duty. I am Gary. I access less than 2.5%, 3% of my total energy. I see, maybe 3 or 4% of every spectrum possible. So I most certainly have more capacity. Being an identity with thinking, the compulsive thinker, which means almost everyone, lives in a state of continuous problems and conflicts. See, this is what the thinker does. The thinker solves problems. He is a problem solver. I am an awesome problem solver, but if I am a problem solver, guess what I look for? All the time, every moment. I look for problems, dude. My core operating base. Look for problems, look for threats, look for anything that could compromise you, attack or withdraw. It's an insane complex, okay? This is so crazy that we would do this. Constantly going through, constantly being and identity, being. Let's see, let me back up here. I think, therefore I am. He had, in fact, given expression to the most basic error to equate thinking with being and identity with thinking. The compulsive thinker, which means almost everyone, lives in a state of apparent separateness in an insanely complex world of continuous problems and conflict, a world that reflects the ever increasing fragmentation of the mind and fragmentation of enlightenment. Dealing with all these problems, complex, constantly trying to solve a puzzle just because it's there. I know people that do this. You give them a puzzle, they won't stop. They would just, are they in the now? Now, they may be doing that puzzle, okay, but they're problem solving at that point, okay? I'm constantly problem solving everything, either looking for areas of problems to solve or seeing problems to solve or creating problems to solve, just so that I have some value instead of, oh, wow, I am, therefore I am valuable. I am. I am fine in this moment. I don't have to do anything. Is it okay? Is it okay for a man 3/4 of the way through his life who needs nothing from anyone to chill out, to write, to think, to attempt to be more on a spiritual level than a material level? Is it okay? Or do I have to just beat myself into the ground doing and thinking and solving problems for every moment of my life so that what? Am I a computer or a robot? My dogs sleep probably 40% of the day. I do not judge them as being slobs or unproductive. I don't. Never. If I lived the way my dogs live, I would be ashamed of myself. Fragmentation of the mind, which is a fragmentation of enlightenment, is a state of wholeness, of being at one and therefore at peace. Is it a reasonable goal for a human being to say, I live a life where I am at peace with self and others? Is it too much to ask? It's never a goal. We're probably never going to get it right. Mankind has been talking about embracing this oneness, this brilliance, this peace for centuries. Enlightenment is not only the end of suffering and of continuous conflict within and without, but also the end of dreadful enslavement to incessant thinking. What an incredible liberation this is. If you're sitting here judging me, and I guarantee there'll be a good 20 or 30% of the people going, hey, he's talking about not being productive. That is all ego talking now. Okay. I didn't say anything about I'm being more productive today, not going to business meetings than I've ever been in my life. I am being more productive today by asking myself questions like, now I was asked to do this deal and go present this idea and speak at this thing. Why am I doing this? Oh, I want to be seen. I would like to be acknowledged. I want everybody to know that I bought a lot of Bitcoin, that I'm really rich. This is all ego, man. All ego. Okay. I'm done. I am attempting to be a better human being, man. Okay, and I cannot wait for my parents to do it. They didn't do it. I can't wait for you to do it. I got to do it right now. The time is right now. I can either wake up, I can wake up and start going, hey, do I think too much? Am I addicted to thinking? Can I control my thoughts? We think we're so cool and powerful, so smart with our IQs. Yeah, you can't stop thinking. You can't do it. Can't stop thinking. Try it for 30 seconds. I give you 18 seconds. You can't do it for 18 seconds. Absolutely addiction. Problem solve, problem solve, problem solve, problem solver. Create, create, create. Let me create something. I am perfect, dude. Let's create. I don't need more money. I don't need more attention. I need more peace. Why do I need more peace? I don't know why I need more peace. I just know it's something I don't have much of. The ability to sit down and be quiet and observe the beauty around me. Okay. It's quite perplexing, isn't it? Why are we here? Why are we here? It most certainly, I wouldn't have thought that, a God create man and then they slam him down on planet Earth and all we do is compulsive thinking. Or all we do is compulsive gathering, organizing, controlling. I don't think so, man. I got to believe there's something more here. And that's why I stay away from the whole organized religion and the messaging around all the nomenclature that around religion. The emotions, though, okay? The emotions and the thinking. I've never ever thought of these paradigms, but when I think, about I am, notice this, okay? Notice that when I go, I'm going to think about I am. Give yourself 30 minutes today to go, I'm going to go think about I am. What is I am to me? And just notice what starts to happen. I'm telling you, okay, I don't even know who I am. If I knew who I was, I probably would have been painting 30 years ago because I really dig painting. I knew that I was a business guy. I mean, it was just the right feeling for me, but it was the only feeling I had. This is why I really go out of my way to say, hey, figure out what you're not going to do first. I am not. After you do the I am not, don't ever do it again, okay? Just do what you're not. When you start trying to figure out who you're becoming, most certainly it's an absolute sin that no one's ever sat down and said, hey, by the way, every year you need to write down I am, and I am right now. Who the heck am I right now? I am smart. I am intelligent. I am aware. I am a great leader. Whatever you say you're going to be, write it down. Okay. Whatever you are trying to create, write it down. Keep these books. You will look back in 5 years and realize how well this worked. That in fact, you'll overshoot most of your goals. You'll overshoot the I am if you do this correctly and you don't overthink it. I think thinking is grossly overvalued. Okay, like I have so many academic people they'll laugh at me even to this day going, "Wow, I cannot believe Gary bought that much Bitcoin because he doesn't understand everything." Look, I don't I'm never gonna understand everything about anything. Hell, I don't even understand myself, and I have invested everything into myself. Ticky-tacky. I need to go understand Bitcoin before I make a move, but I don't even understand myself. Get the fuck out, dude. It's crazy. It's crazy how we think. I don't know myself, but I'm gonna marry some girl. Hmm. You ask your girlfriend or your boyfriend, "Hey, have you thought about who you are as an entity?" I am. Who are you, by the way? Think, think, think. Think, think, think. Think it through. Look, thinking is not bad. It's the compulsive thinking. It's the, oh shit, I need to go this. I need more. I need more. I need to do this deal. I need to do this deal. I see these guys on Wall Street. It's just never, never enough. I'm like, God dang, man. I don't know why you need more. Going to these meetings is not fun. So don't tell me that you're doing this for the fucking meetings. You know why you're doing it? I do it to remain relevant. I do it so that you can see me. I do it so I am important. I do it because I don't validate myself enough. So I need you to validate me. And by the way, you wonder why no amount of validation, no amount of accolades, and no amount of love is ever enough because you're not even validating yourself. Your vessel, my vessel is empty, and I'm expecting you to fill it up. Ain't gonna happen. If you're in control of your thinking, then you can stop thinking for 30 seconds right now. Anytime today, since you're in control of your thinking, you can pause your thinking at will anytime you want. This is your challenge today. You are to go on a mental thinking retreat, no thinking for 3 minutes. Good luck to all of you, addictive mental masturbators. Good luck. You're not even doing it yourself. That's the amazing part. Like the lack of control that you are getting ready to realize that you have in your life regarding the shit that goes on in your universe and your universe alone is absolutely staggering. You know, I know that because mine is freaking unbelievable. Dude, it's so loud. This is why nobody should ever live with me because I think, a good chunk of me is just like not available. I mean, I don't really mean not available, but kind of maybe. I mean, if I can't stop my damn thinking for 3 minutes, okay, who is in control? And this is why I need to actually look at this exercise. I am your coach. Okay. I am your mental physics teacher. I don't know. Look, I need to fix these muscles, dude. These muscles have atrophied something often, also awful. They are like gen in to do one thing over and over and over. These muscles are so tight and so built in since forever that unless I go out of my way to do this exercise, I am me. I am not my damn title. I am not my money. I'm going to die one day, dude. Nobody's going to care how much money I have. No one's going to care anything. I will be forgotten in 100 years or less. So why do I care so much today? Why do I care that you see me? Why do you care about other people that you think you look up to and go, "Oh, wow, look at him, man. Look at him. Look at this guy. Look at that guy. Look at yourself, man." These people are all broken just like me, okay? I don't say that I'm broken bad, but I'm not perfect. And I have the same crazy compulsive behavior that you have. And that's what we're trying to fix here, okay? That's what we're trying to refine. How do I get in more control of infinite truth? You know, that that stream of consciousness, that just being. I was sitting on the couch the other day doing nothing, like sitting there going, why do I have such a hard time just being, like sitting here and just appreciating the moment, appreciating the moment, always kind of wanting something. I am clear. I am clear in how I am looking at my life. I am aware and conscious. No matter, okay, look, I have to be willing to jump off this cliff. This is just Gary's belief. I have to say things that are threatening to the way I live. And by threatening, I mean I need to say things that are expose me because I'm scared to do this. If you think it's easy for me to do this, every time I make a comment, the problem with me doing this, you're listening. I am actually stating this, writing it on me, the soul. I am the soul, by the way. And when I do that, I can't not do this tomorrow. I can't come here and go, I'm trying to control my intellect and my overthinking problem. And then as soon as I close this thing, I completely forget about it. This should bug the shit out of me. Okay. I am literally saying things that are going to get inside my head. Like it's gonna, I want this truth virus of now. The truth virus of, wow, man, being in the moment. How often have we heard people say that? We pay zero attention to it. In the moment. It's near impossible. Okay. But you know what in the moment is? In the moment is when something really aggressive happens, some extreme event, fear, jumping out of an airplane, doing a macro dose of mushrooms or some psychedelic, having an intense life altering experience. It smashes you in the moment so hard that every microsecond is an event. And that is living, man. That is like, there is nothing else. It's just like so intense. And you realize you're not worried about what you look like. I'm not worried about the outcome. I'm not worried about what's going to happen in 3 hours. I'm not worried about who likes me or doesn't like me. What I look like, was it graceful? I'm just in that very 1 second in awe. just like shocked, stunned. That for me is a moment of glory. I keep having this thought, and I didn't want to say it because I don't want to offend anyone, but I was thinking about sex. You know, that type of really intense connection with another human being. Now, I have, don't know that I should share this, but I have always thought about getting lost in another entity, like smashing two spiritual energies together and somehow having some kind of spiritual dance. I don't really quite know how to say it, but it's always been a level up beyond sex for me. It's been this like this fusing of beings. Sounds really romantic and exciting, and it does. It sounds like if I was a chick, I'd be like, wow, dude, he really wants to like, it's not just the physical thing. For me, that doesn't work. I mean, I've done it before, but the physical thing just doesn't. I need this. Like, I want you to hang with that thought and go, hey, look, he's really talking about like almost like a chemical interaction, right? Explosive dance between two spiritual entities, brilliant light coming together. Yet I rarely get excited about doing that with myself. This thinker, like, why can't I get engaged with self in the same way? I just said it wasn't the sex. It was this, okay? This brilliant fusing. Dude, I will be so much more available to be able to fuse with someone if I fuse with myself first. And I'm in control of my thinking. My thinking isn't in control of me. So then I'm doing, because I think doing, doing, incessant doing, compulsive doing, it's just thinking. Okay, notice the people that do, compulsively do, obsessively, compulsively do. They cannot not do. They are uncomfortable. You can say you're being productive. You can say that you're more productive than anyone else. You can say you show up when you don't want to show up, but you show up because you have to show up. Doing and thinking, obsessive doing is absolute the same as obsessive thinking. And the only difference is the doing is praised, overdoing is praised, obsessive doing is praised, and you know it every time when they're all bragging about how much they do. I'm not saying don't do. I think people that do are usually more productive than people that think. But people that do are not people that don't stop thinking. They are constantly thinking, and they are not in control of their thinking. Big boys, big girls, you guys listening to this, I got it. You're wealthy and you're smart and you're productive, but you are not in control of your thinking any more than the guy that works for you is in control of your thinking. Until you've actually thought about getting in control of your thinking, I don't buy it. And the thing is, the doing, man, I got trapped into this. Not trapped. I mean, look, if you're gonna make a mistake on overproduction. Okay, but after a while, it became very clear to me about 30, 33 years old that money is not going to determine who I am. In fact, money, the faster I made money, the quicker I realized, oh wow, this is most certainly not it. I actually have a really difficult time understanding why people get that close, that attached to the stuff, because it's very clear it doesn't do anything. In fact, the more you have, the more it's difficult to look at the I am, and the more it's difficult for me to look at uh, now. It is. It is. These are all trappings. Okay, I know people say for forever and ever and ever they're trappings, but it is easier for a camel to get through the eye of a needle than a rich man to get into heaven. See, I think that saying is really about ego. I don't think it was about money. I mean, I think it is about, you know what I'm saying? I think it's about a lot. I think this parable is a really heavy duty parable. Anything that I find a treasure, I'm probably going to get lost in. The treasure is now, this very moment. Feels impossible, right? You're like, wow, for me to live in the now every second would be like so hard. Yeah, it's so hard because you're not living in the now. You're in the past or the future. And look, I'm not, when I say you, I'm not trying to make this about you. This is me, man. This is me. And I get tired of using me. I'm scared you guys are going to go, hey, shit, guys, the show's just about me. It's not really about me. I'm just trying to share what's going on for me as I go through this. I've been through this. I've been on this journey now for, I mean, I take breaks too. Like I go build things and I completely forget about I am, and I'm just into production and thinking. But for some reason, the last couple of businesses that I've done, I'm like, this is not what I'm supposed to be doing. It's, it's not that I'm not supposed to be doing those things. I am more than money and business. I am more than a title. Okay, like a lot more. Like a lot more. Okay, like not close. I get in such pain when I hear people go, "Well, you got money." First off, I didn't always have money. Secondly, if you saw the way I use my money, you'd be really surprised. It's not the way you see it. Um, I don't, none of that makes me happy. It doesn't, um, look, when you can have it, it doesn't, it's no big deal. What I don't have is enough of me. Okay. And what I don't have is enough of you. There are unbelievable beings sitting in this room right now. Devil Cloud, Aries, Kotoshi, Rachel. Okay. Don't tell me you guys aren't freaks. Okay. You're freaks. You came here. You're in my life. Okay. I don't know how the hell we all came together, but Line Trash, Iowa Bitcoin, Dana, Mark Kramer, Mel M. You guys are geniuses. Okay. You're brilliant. The only, you need just to go wash your beauty down. Okay. Take a, you would never show your house off the way you show yourself off. You would never show your car off the way you show yourself off. Get it on the street, baby. Clean it up. Okay, let's find out what's in it. I think there's more. I mean, I've done some pretty cool things. I'm telling you, I haven't done anything. I have shorted my life. I should have been doing more of this. Why am I doing this? Because I wish somebody would have done this when I was younger. I did. Look, I've written down some really cool things here today. I mean, I spent an hour and a half this morning with you guys. And maybe I spent a couple hours before that. So I spend 5 hours a week improving truly the only asset I have, it's really me. I mean, all this stuff I have around me, it could all go burn up. Me though, me, I spend so little time on, you know, I spend more time on the damn art, making sure it's in a good frame than I do on my health. When was the last time you quieted your mind for 3 minutes and were capable of stopping automatic thinking? You're not one human being's going to answer this question today. And we should all be like, wow, we are the most intelligent species on planet Earth, reportedly. I actually don't agree with that. But let's go with the popular opinion of our narcissistic uh, brilliance. From if I judge the behavior, we are one of the dumbest species on planet. If I judge it just by its actions, okay, an inability not to kill things, an inability to value another human being, the inability to calm one's computer and control it and actually do the processing and the thinking. I'm in control of my Apple more than I am my own mind. What greater treasure would there be? And let's think about this in the terms of your mother or your father. Let's assume someone you really, really, really love, okay, that you look up to and go, wow, man. If I told you that neither one of them or whoever you picked never was at peace with themselves, that never in their 70 years were they just at peace with who they were on this planet, you can't possibly not think something's wrong with that, right? Like I could not ask more for my mother or my father to have had at least 3 minutes of peace in their lives. I mean, I'm talking about peace that comes across you and you go, you know, I am perfect. I am just okay with what's happening right now. I have no fear of the future, no worry from the past. I am in the moment and now and like even when I say that, I'm already projecting what's going to happen after I say that. Nearly impossible for me to be at peace. Yet I look at my mother and go, man, I could have given her all the money in the world. I wouldn't give her all the money in the world. If I could give her 3 minutes of internal perfect calm and peace, suspect she rarely, if ever, had that. It's sad, man. I am me. I am Gary Cardone. I am at peace. As you begin to observe the thinking, this could be a rough week for some of you guys, okay? You start to observe the thinking. You might even start thinking, damn, dude, I feel unstable. Okay, look, this should not be unusual. You shouldn't get nervous or scared about it, okay? If you get a little cranky, weird, hey, you're just becoming aware of something you've been doing your whole life, okay, without knowing it. Like, you know, wake up one morning and go, hey, I'm actually not in control of my thoughts, should be concerning. It should mess with your head. It absolutely should mess with your head. Okay. And it's going to mess with your ego. Your ego is going to be like, whoa, 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 dude, I am here to protect you. My ego gets in the way too much. I need to tell my ego, hey, bro, you're on the bench for a little bit, okay? I'll call you in when I need you. There's not a fire, okay? Nobody's taking anything from me. It's okay. It's okay. Just go sit over there, okay? Chill. So I'm gonna say now, one, the reason no one or very few people do this is it is not easy. So we know humans like easy. The problem for me is that I'm uneasy knowing that money, wives, kids, Bitcoin, accolades, titles, a new job, a new ownership, a new this, a new that, a new car, a new house, 30 more Bitcoin, 300 more Bitcoin, 10,000 more Bitcoin. I am still GTC and all the shit that comes with it, including this mental masturbator that I can't seem to shut down. And the only time I can shut down is when I do something so extreme like this, where 3,600 people are in a room and I have no script and I'm just like, okay, dude, just I can't worry about it in 12 seconds. I cannot. In fact, I don't have to worry about it because I asked to be used as a paintbrush. I'm really trying to take my ego out of all of this. See, by me saying I am the paintbrush, what does the paintbrush do? It just sits there. It's a tool. I find this very comforting. I got to say, I find it extremely comforting to walk in here and go, hey, I'm not doing this. I'm going to allocate to something else, the universe, God, gods, like whatever. I'm going to just be the paintbrush. Just like this camera's just sitting there taking pictures. Hey, you know what? Maybe you say, hey, that's really dumb. Try it, man. Try it. Hey, you know what? I am Gary, or I am Dana, or I am Line Trash, and I am at peace today, and I am in control of my thoughts, and see what happens. I am the light. I want you to stretch on your I ams, okay? I want you to press your I ams. I want you to write your I ams down, and I want you to save them. Because what you're gonna find out, and I truly do, I am really good with this tech, because although I can be scared to say it, I know that if I say I am correctly with the correct emotion and intention, that no matter what I do or do not do in the future, I better be careful. Okay? Do not do this if you don't want shit to happen. And because I have been saying this a long time. What is happening for me today has been set up 20 years ago. I've been doing these IMs and they're coming true. Now I'm looking back going, oh my God, man. I said I wanted to be a great teacher 30 years ago, 30 or 40 years ago. I was right. I want to, I will say that I don't know any greater. See, here the ego goes. But I don't know a greater thing to be or do than to be a philosopher. Like, I started looking around one day, just recently, a couple of years ago. I'm like, well, the people that I value the most are not famous. They're not, well, maybe famous is the wrong word, but they're not rich. They're not important business people. They're writers, man. They're philosophers. They're storytellers. They're thinkers. And by thinkers, I mean philosophically thinking, like thinking about life, thinking about myself and where I play a role, and then recognizing I am probably more similar to other human beings than I'm not. But that I spend so much time comparing, I can't ever see the similarities. I hope this is making sense to some of you. I mean, I hope it's making sense to every one of you. Accepting the present moment without resistance aligns my flow while reducing stress. One last thing, and then we'll close up. In fact, this would be a great close. The word happiness. I don't really care if you're happy or not. I'm rarely happy. I will tell you, I do not even know what happy is. A few of you guys work with me, and you're like, "Yeah, I don't think the guy's ever happy." I might not be happy. I don't really know what happy means. Now, I know what joy feels like. I know I have joy when my kids do something. You're going to probably say it's pride, but I have joy. You know, when I finish a painting that I'm comfortable with, I'm like, hey, wow, I feel good about that. It's joy, but it's not happy. Oh, I'm happy. No, I mean, it just doesn't have a definition. But joy, I can feel joy, right? Just one of my things, because we always talk about being happy, and my ego does not make me joyful. It may make me happy for temporary points of time. And this thing around emotions, okay? I do not consider joy to be one of these emotions that's driving me to do crazy things. I do think this elusive happiness emotion may have me chasing things that aren't real because I don't have a definition for it. I don't think if I have a definition for something, I probably can't experience it. Not fully, at least. Like, can I really appreciate that I'm not in control of my own mind, my own thoughts? Nobody ever said that to me before. It's like, wow, that's a piece of data. You guys should all have a really challenging day today because, like, literally 4,000 people are sitting there going, whoa, dude, not one of us control the way we think. And we're supposed to be the greatest species on the planet. That is shocking. I've been on this planet so many years and I'm just figuring this stuff out. I don't think I'm figuring it out. I'm just learning. You were one of one, dude. Okay. You cannot convince me I'm not one of one. I'm here for a reason. I think there was probably a time before this civilization where we weren't always connected to the whole planet. And that there would be days and times where we would go by and do nothing and still be valuable. That it is okay for me to sit at home and write or paint and be. And even when I say that, I am attacked by 37 different angles going, no, 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 it is not okay for you just to be, Gary. You are a doer, a producer. If you do nothing but talk and read, and that's doing nothing. See that, but I think that's wrong. I think it's wrong because I think we need more teachers. I'm most certainly doing the teaching part. Maybe I'm not teaching well enough because I clearly haven't figured it all out yet. But one thing I won't do is I will not be inauthentic, because inauthentic is not like, it's just the same thing. Okay. I will not be like, how can I be non-authentic and then be me and be who I am supposed to be? That's crazy. So what we're going to do, because we're going to break. Look, we are all going to plow through this. Okay. And the way you make it easy on yourself and the rest of the world is you go out and do something really, really, really nice for somebody today. You don't know who they are. You go reach out to somebody, do something anonymous. Imagine 3,800 people, man, do something nice. That's 7,200 people, 7,600 people that have been helped. You're going to get help and they're going to get help. You're going to send a signal of being nice to another person, and they're probably going to be like, hey, I can be nice to another person too. That's cool, man. Pay for somebody's meal. Don't take credit for it. I am me. I am very, very glad to be here with you guys. And although this may be awkward for me at times, this may be difficult. Right now, I'm like, hey, I've gone on too long. Everybody wants to get on with their shit. They don't want to listen to you anymore, Gary. One day I won't be here. One day I'm going to be gone. And when I pick up a book like that cat wrote, I'm like, that is meaningful value, okay? If I could leave this planet with anything, even if it's some recordings, talking about what's important on this planet, talking about how we become bigger and better spiritual beings, lighter, peaceful, calm, aware. If I thought less in an automatic manner, a reactive, automatic, nonstop manner, could I create more? If I was spending less energy doing this figure, could I? Do I have the ability to move things in space? Maybe I do if I'm spending less time being a jack off in my head. You get what I'm saying? I mean, look, is there any risk for me to do this? What's the worst? I end up being looked at as a crackpot. Crazy, trying. Who cares, man? That's my worst case. My best case is, wow, guy untaps, taps into, and becomes free at the end of his life. A 1 3-minute session of pure quietness, I would give my mother if I could buy it for her today. I would spend every dollar I have. One moment, or my dad. Pretty certain neither of them had that. And that, to me, is probably where we should end today. Talking about how valuable 3 minutes of pure peace and validation of just being God's unique one creature, your own thing. To be able to be okay with that for 3 minutes perfectly. Opening a present, and it's you, and you're literally given this present by the creator or whatever, and you look at it, you don't open it, you judge it. No, man, we're going to open it and we're going to wear it and we're going to become the best I am you can possibly become. And I am really proud to have you in my universe, have you in my life. And I'm proud that I'm doing this. Not that I need to be proud, but the right thing to do is the right thing to do. That's all I need to know. I don't need to think about the results. Hey, this is the right thing for me to do. It's the right thing for you to be here, and it's the right thing for you to go out and help somebody today. Be a better person today than you were 2 minutes ago. Bring some peace in your life. And by the way, start paying attention to the thinker, okay? Pay attention to the thinker. See you guys next week. Love you so much. You don't even know it. Ciao, guys.